Hello and welcome everyone to this week's episode of Good Society, reading or reading between the lines, whichever. We're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are, where we, and who we're playing. Unfortunately, Lark Loria Snow could not be with us this evening, so give her well wishes and prayers to help her. I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Imogen Gray of both Gray families, and this is Tesla, since she decided to make herself known right this second. And it's me. I'm just the tutor. Totally fine, not instigating anything. And below me is Yutsai. Yutsai, how are you this evening?
Hi, I'm doing well. Mute Sai, my upstairs character is the infamous, at this point, Earl Grey, who's apparently done some things that aren't great. We'll see how those play out eventually. And my downstairs character is one Olivia, who is great at her job and really enjoys being employed. Best thing about being Olivia, being employed.
Someone who loves being employed is Nuggetosaurus. How are you tonight?
Love would be a strong word, but I'm employed. I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm playing tonight Lady Sienna Gray Renwell, who's just trying to figure out what the hell's going on with her father's estate after he tragically passes away.
Yeah. Oh. Um. Someone who might tragically pass away after talks of murder last week. At least one of his characters, Dimples. Friends, how are you tonight?
I'm wonderful. Yeah, I am Dimples and Dice. I will be playing Jamal Balfour, who may be being plotted on by my downstairs character, Shaka. So, things happen. I slay me, literally and figuratively.
Wonderful. And of course, last but not least, is our facilitator, Trooper. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I hope everyone's having a lovely time. I'm your facilitator. Um, Upstairs, I'm your facilitator. Downstairs, I'm your pot stirrer. Or I might be a pot stirrer in both places.
Facilitating and pot stirring are basically like, next to each other in the thesaurus, basically.
Yeah, yeah. So, welcome in all of you lovely people in the audience. I hope everything is fine. We have missed you, and I am ready to give a bit of a surprise. We are starting cycle 2 of reading or reading between the lines, and each cycle of Good Society has 2 novel chapters. And in your novel chapter, you can do a variety of things. Usually, you're thinking about between like an event and then visitations. You'd like to switch them up. And I was going to start with visitations, but I cannot do that. I'm afraid. I'm afraid we have to start with an event scene. I'm afraid. Each one of you, well, let me see. Going to make some guesses. The person who would know better than I may correct me if necessary. But Lady Sienna, you have been invited. Jamal, you have also been invited. Imogen, you weirdly have been invited. You probably should not have been invited, but you were invited.
Okay.
Solange
I'm
was also invited. Let me see who else. So Imogen would have been invited, Jamal would have been invited, Solange would have been invited, Lady Sienna would have been invited. Oh, Sebastian, Lord Sebastian Renwell would definitely have been invited. I believe
Oh, great.
I believe that's everyone who's been invited.
Oh.
Am I correct? I think that's everyone who's been invited by Earl Grey.
Oh. Bye, Earl. Oh, okay. Okay.
I probably would have also invited Sebastian.
I mentioned Sebastian.
Oh, my mistake.
I got him. I got him.
I was discreetly grabbing my notes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I was like, oh, Sebastian, he definitely would be at this meeting, be invited to this meeting. You all have been invited to a meeting in the library at the request of the Earl, the Lord Earl Grey, or the Lord Grey Earl of Blossomdown. And it's for, I would imagine it's probably for after, like around tea, like around that time period. But the invitation is quite formal. Although it does not say what the event is, it is that you are invited to attend the Earl at this time. Those of you who are downstairs characters, you are not here at the moment, but you would certainly notice the carriage arriving earlier in preparation. And of course, the downstairs characters would have been charged with preparing for this event, which mostly involves drinks and hors d'oeuvres. You know, it's not like a big event, there's no dinner table, nothing like that. But, you know, everyone should have a repast. Everything is going to be set up. And the carriage arrives. And when the carriage stops, the footmen, Ido, right, they're all out there to sort of open the carriage to allow the guest to arrive. And out comes a man, tall, thin, bespectacled, with a briefcase, a leather satchel, hat, a good sort of like bowler hat, as a matter of fact. And he arrives and he is brought into the library where the Lord is waiting before you all are set to arrive. And this is the place where cigars are smoked and cognac is drunk. And on a bright day, you are all invited into this room, into the library. Who arrives first?
Jamal, because there's liquor.
Nice. Nice. I imagine Solange would probably be there fairly early as well.
Probably.
What about the rest of you all?
I might arrive next, kind of like right on time, like a little tad bit early. I didn't want to be the first, so I waited until Jamal and Solange were in there for a couple minutes.
Sienna and Sebastian wouldn't be far behind, probably on time.
And Sebastian is avoiding fights this time.
Well, that's because Chadwick's not there.
Easy to avoid fights with
Chadwick already knows
Valid.
Chadwick know better.
Chadwick will get revenge in a very petty 80s villain sort of way. Or he'll try. Somebody's gonna make his party seem bad. So, when you arrive, where is the Earl?
Most likely greeting his guest.
The large sort of like there's like a big table in the library where you could like sit and read, you know, play cards, that sort of a thing. And the man, the thin man graying, is standing behind the Earl. Lady Sienna, you do know this man.
Oh.
Yes. You, of course, have not seen him in quite some time because you've been away. But you do know the man.
Who is he?
Thank you for asking. He is your family solicitor.
Okay.
The one who does all the legal stuff for the family. He's in
Okay.
London, of course.
Of course.
He rarely comes up here. If your father has business, he might go down to London or, but for some reason, your solicitor is here at the moment.
Okay.
And the solicitor just looks at the Earl and waits for his client to speak first.
The Earl kind of swerves his head around to make sure everyone's accounted for. He motions for the servants to leave and close the door behind him. He takes out a handkerchief from his breast pocket. Coughing. On close inspection, you can see that there is a tinge of red in the phlegm and the handkerchief. Just a forewarning. I may get angry, I may get cruel in this. I bring you news today. Good news, but mostly unfortunate news, I believe, for the lot of you. The good news is the rumors are indeed correct. I am ill. I am not getting better. My days are numbered. Eventually, I will leave this mortal plane, hopefully for better company. My solicitor has come on my behalf to make some changes to my will. Previously, I did as most in my position would do. Leave the estate entirely intact, for the most part, to my descendants, so they may continue our work. Of course, sums would go out to those who need payment, those who have been friends of the family. I find there is a lack of friendship here these days. He goes into another violent coughing fit that I'm not going to do because it does actually have to throat a little bit. Once again, staffing the handkerchief. I am not blind. I am not deaf. I hear the whispers. I see the hopeful looks with every spoonful of dinner that I may choke entirely. I recognize vultures. I can smell parasites. And yet you forget one thing. I am still in charge. So, a new will has been drafted. One that I feel will make my last days comfortable. There is a large piece of paper, almost an ornamental, like full out, like silky pages made of tougher materials. The
Maybe
lettering
vellum.
is flamboyant. Yeah, vellum would probably be good material for it. There is a will laid out, and as the solicitor is reading things out, it's pretty standard at first, except for then they get to the key section.
It says here that Lord Grey, I am being in sound mind and body, do hereby put forward my last will and testament. Yes, sir. And the estate. Yes. Your lordship.
Allow me to read this part. I feel it would be best they heard it from my mouth directly.
I would like to state that I do hope that you will get better, Earl Grey.
Yes. He looks at all of the people in the room, and there is a bit of a half. It almost looks crazed, but it's definitely like askew in a sense. It definitely doesn't look right, but there is a twinge of a smile on his face. You will all not be inheriting my estate. To make this matter so, I have made sure that there is absolute no confusion on this. I have not left you with nothing. I have left you with just enough. To Sienna, my disappointment. I leave you enough for a name change, to be noted in the official record. To Solange, a paltry sum, enough for a coach trip back to your real home. Jamal, enough for a night of drinking. Though, please, do the right thing and try not to piss on my grave when I'm gone. To Sebastian, I leave to you the sum of the pride that you've instilled with me. 2 pence to rub together. And to make sure there's absolutely no confusion. To Imogen, your termination fee. So, now that we're on the same page, let me inform you what will be happening. Taxes will be going up. The money will be spent on enjoying life for once, rather than holding this wretched family apart as I've been doing so for the last 5 decades. If there's any left over, perhaps a mausoleum or even a statue in my honor would be sufficient for the work I put into this family, this group of people. Now, if you would all do me the honor, and you'll see at the very bottom of the contract, there are no witnesses. I want to be absolutely sure you all understand my intentions. You are the only ones who will be witnessing this contract. My will. There's a beautiful feather pen in an inkwell next to the contract. By all means, not everyone at once.
Imogen will stay.
The solicitor had to. The feather quill. For you. Just there. Thank you. I hope this day is treating you well. And you can tell the solicitor's like, this is awkward, and is just trying to make pleasantries while he hands over, the feather quill.
Looks disappointed as.
Who's next then?
Go ahead.
Go for it. No, go for it.
I think Sebastian would walk up, like, back straight, but, like, tears in his eyes. And he'll look at Lord Grey and he'll go, I'm sorry I disappointed you, grandfather. And then just sign it and then walk out of the room.
Earl Grey's jaw is like locked in place. Poker face, steel, no movement.
And next, who would be next to sign?
Sienna will go next. And kind of similar to Imogen, just, straightens dress, goes over and signs. After she does, do dine soon, father. I'm tired of your presence. And leaves.
Solicitor's like, oh, well, right.
She would have signed.
Yeah. And he's just like,
Imogen hasn't
how
left,
awkward.
but she did sign.
Yeah.
Just want to know, this is like, how awkward. The solicitor's like, this is not how these things normally go. And so now you just have the solicitor, Lord Earl Grey, Imogen, and Jamal. Millie Solange, to you. That is taken care of. How it is done, we shall find out. Fix it. Lord Jamal?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Jamal walks up. He goes, Lord Grey, you are a very entertaining fellow, I must say. This is quite the performance you decided to put on. Much like the performances that Shaka puts on you, if I am not mistaken.
Oh.
It would seem that some lovers are quite stingy with their means. But a friend in need is a friend not at all, apparently. And you see like liquor spill over the contract a little bit as Jamal signs. I do not wish you death. I wish you to enjoy the last moments of your life. And perhaps
Jamal.
you'll come to an understanding that people get what they deserve.
I sincerely hope so, Jamal.
You guys hear a
Cheers.
shattered vase out in the hallway.
Mom, please.
Oh, she wouldn't have done it around Sebastian. She would have gone down like a side hallway. Absolutely not. No. She
Has
would've been
everyone
like,
left the room
Sebastian,
except for
go.
me and the solicitor?
No, it's just Jamal, Imogen, and the solicitor and you. Yes.
You are excused. Thank you. Sincerely. Thank you. You stay here. He points at the solicitor.
Yes, Earl Grey. Of course.
Jamal just takes the bottle,
Oh,
puts the glass down, and then leaves the room.
oh, my.
Imogen being
we
the
should
last to leave will say,
Just,
I also do not wish you death. Already let you know my truth. We'll do a curtsy.
probably discuss this, the taxes on the people of the county that you wish to go. Your lordship?
Yes,
yes.
I've already sent out the notices. It will take months to actually go into effect, but the people will know. That is the
Yes.
wish of Earl Grey for
Yes,
them to suffer with him while his days remain.
Well, I would note that the taxation increase is quite substantial on the farmers.
Yes, it is.
Well, all right. And everything is done as you have asked.
Please make sure.
I shall.
No,
As to your wishes.
after my passing,
Yes.
the package I gave you.
Yes.
Once I am gone, open it, and please follow the instructions to the letter.
All right. I shall. It has been my pleasure to serve the Grey family all these years, and I do ask, what is to be done with the estate itself once you are passed, my lord?
The estate I am not fully in charge of. It is property of Crown, technically. There are certain cases that I've looked into, but I believe the instructions within the package should be most elucidating to you.
Yes. I imagine this was so fast. I can take the carriage back to London if you do not need me any longer. Do you need me to know? I imagine this will might make some people somewhat cross. Do you need anything to protect you? Some sort of, sort of thing that sometimes. Do you have Your
He
valet.
he looks up to the solicitor. There is a small smile on his face, and an almost gentle expression. You're very kind to care. Or at least worry. I would stick around town for a week's time. I will pay for your accommodations.
Of course. I will take the carriage to Reading, and you can find me there. I will be available at a moment's notice. Highly unusual, but
I'm sure it'll be quite the story for your kin someday.
I imagine so. I do hope you stick around a bit longer. You have always been pleasant when coming to London. I hear that illness can wreak quite a bit of havoc on a person and their body, and I hope you're not in too much pain.
It's manageable. Now, if you wouldn't mind,
Of course.
I'd like to be alone for a moment.
Before I go, this is a somewhat, perhaps bold question, but I think before I leave this estate, I should at least ask. Were you to pass in a manner somewhat peculiar, shall we say? Would there be anyone that whose name I might want to give to the sheriff as a suspect were foul play suspected?
He thinks for a moment, and there is a nod, and he kind of motions for the solicitor to come closer. And he whispers in his ear, I'll DM you the name secretly.
Yes. Oh my. I see. Thank you. And I don't wish to be ghoulish, or it's just that after such a will, just in case, after all, there have been a bit of a history of unusual deaths on the estate, and I would not want anything to go unavenged were there such a thing, but it is my hope that such a thing will never come to pass.
I hope so as well, old friend.
Yes. He puts out his hand.
He takes it. It's a firm handshake.
He shakes back. On my way out, I would ask for one bit of permission, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Would it be all right if I might stop by and say hello to Agnes, your housekeeper? I have known her just as long, and she's always a delight. Sometimes a bit rough, but I would love to say, give my best regards to her if you would not mind.
There's a knowing smile. On your way, Count. On your way, solicitor. Go, make
Thank
your
you.
hellos, say your goodbyes, and take care on your journey back.
I shall. Lord. And the solicitor straightens up, his glasses, and rolls up all of the paperwork, stuffs it into his valise, and heads out of the... Oh, just in case anybody wants to know, you all have refreshed your monologue
I was
tokens.
gonna say, I want to spend my monologue token on Earl Grey right now.
Hmm.
Anyone would be interesting here, but I want to hear specifically.
Oh,
After
there are a bunch
this.
of people whose monologues I want to know. Do you know what I mean? I was like, and you, and you, and also you.
Yes.
How like open does a monologue have to be?
That's why I
it's
want
what's-
to know your monologue.
Well, right now the solicitor has just left. That is what I shall say.
Okay.
So play with that as you will.
Earl Grey kind of takes a deep breath, exhales. As he does so, that kind of like fury, that kind of like rightful nature seems to deflate with him. He reaches over for the glass Jamal left behind and takes a deep whiff of the rich wine inside. Though he can't smell anything because the sickness has progressed to a degree. He takes a sip. The taste buds are dulled and everything, oddly enough, tastes very fuzzy and gray in a sense. Shackles we must shake off. What will they make of this, I wonder? What will occur from now? I am the monster. And perhaps I will die as such. But if the wheels in motion continue to turn, if the people play their parts as I've expected them to, perhaps it will not be so bad to die the monster. He kind of like looks out to almost no one in particular. Apologies. Congratulations. And cheers. You only have one family in this life. Hold them tightly if you can. And if you must let them go, let them go for the most important thing. And he takes a big drink.
Wasn't your wife and the twin boy, weren't they? Rumor has it they were poisoned, I thought. Anyhow, let's take our camera and slide out and see where we might find Lady Sienna. I heard there was a vase cracking.
There was. Yeah, after she left the room, she would have told Sebastian essentially just, don't listen to a word he says. He's a fucking bastard. Not with those words, but
with polite versions of the words.
Polite versions of the words, yes.
But his grandfather, what happened?
Darling, nothing has ever pleased that man in his entire life. You are the best thing that has ever come out of this family. Pay no mind to what that man says.
I wish Imogen would believe that.
What was that?
Nothing.
I need to go on a walk. I'll see you at dinner.
Yeah, of course, Mother.
All right. I love you, darling.
I love you as well.
And I don't think there's much else that she can say that's gonna lighten his spirits. And hold on, my dog's barking. 1 second.
Oh, Friday.
We got to get down on Friday.
Sorry, yeah, gotta get down on Friday. So
can I offer you a resolve token?
For what?
Well, you said you weren't walking around the estate. Is that correct?
Well, so she is going to essentially the path she takes is she goes down one of the abandoned wings, essentially. As she's going, she accidentally smashes a vase, just like yeets it off of a pillar. And she's just gonna go. One of the wings that she knows is abandoned, and she's gonna essentially in the long hall of that wing she's just furiously pacing back and forth.
So you don't take a walk through the beautiful gardens. I see.
No, not at this time.
I see. Let's follow Sebastian. your mother has tried to make you feel better and then left. What does Sebastian do?
I think Sebastian is probably actually going to try to go back into the room and speak to his grandfather. Because he doesn't understand this.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't make sense to him. It's like, what did I do to disappoint you? You've barely seen me. I've only done all the things that you've asked. Yeah, I got into a fight, but that was like not that big of a deal, all things considered. Like, what happened? And he just sort of like knocks and then creaks open the door. Grandfather, are you still here?
Yes, I am. Why have you returned?
Do you have a moment to just speak to me as a person, as your grandson?
Perhaps all I have is moments left. I suppose I am willing to spare one for you.
And he walks up to you. Are you sitting down?
I am sitting down.
He walks up to you and he gets on his knees and he just goes, Grandfather, what have I done to disappoint you so? Was it the fight? Our family is supposed to have honor, Grandfather. I could not let Chadwick disparage the honor of Lady Imogen.
Looking at Earl Grey, you can see, even with kind of fading eyes, there's a bit of quick mental decisions being made here. He leans forward. Sebastian.
Yes, Grandfather.
You're making a key mistake here. You did not disappoint me.
Well,
I had no expectations to begin with. You move about this world in a way that demands second chances, expects the world to give you what is yours, because you are young, because you are naive, because you are part Grey, part Renwall. I'm promising you. I can assure you, though, such promising members of my family do not behave in such a way. The fight was just the last straw in a series of unfortunate circumstances, small mistakes, understandable choices of you. I can see where the smoldering is growing. I do not wish you to burst into flames and set my entire house ablaze.
You're a bastard. An evil bastard. And we deserve better than you. My mother deserves better than you. I hope you rot alone. And he just stands up and he just storms out and slams the door behind him. Another vase breaks.
That's her son, all right.
Here, downstairs characters, you have cleanup on aisle 5. Let's follow where Imogen goes after this meeting.
I think Imogen goes to find her other sister, her downstairs sister, because that was a weird meeting. And she was going to go to Sebastian, but he's having a word with his mother, and then seems to go back in to have a word with his grandfather. And she's like, I'll wait before I go try to make him feel better or say anything about any of that. I'm gonna find the only family that maybe gives a shit about me, which would be my other half sister, because my upstairs half sister doesn't know I exist. Neither parent will acknowledge me. That's cool. That's fine. I didn't have any shreds of hope left for that.
Excuse me? Your
Yeah?
mother does acknowledge you and how subpar you are,
Yeah.
but maybe if you were better,
Okay,
you
my
could
mom's
maybe...
really mean, and I was hoping to have, maybe a nice dad, but turns out he's really mean, too, and won't even call me his daughter. So I'm gonna go to my sister,
Okay.
my other S-named sister, Saoirse.
Yes. Hello.
Is your mother also an S name? That's all I wanted to know, but go on.
Oh, absolutely. She has to be at this point. I'm Irish right now.
Irish. There you go.
Oh, hey, alright, okay. Alright. Imogen, what are you doing here?
I think I just enter wherever I know you're gonna be at the time.
I'm probably, probably in my room. I'm probably, because Solange was in the meeting, I didn't have to do anything,
Yeah.
so.
Imagine it's one of those knock, and I kind of open the door and close it behind me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very awkward meet.
Oh, I forgot that you were invited as well. What happened?
And I'll just say everything that happened during the meeting. Just give her the full rundown, because I need somebody to tell this to.
Yeah, I think Saoirse is just flabbergasted. Really?
Mm-hmm.
He fired you?
Well, I think it's severance pay for when he dies. I don't...
When he dies.
Now,
oh,
it is in
okay,
the will.
Right.
A
Alright,
notice of termination upon his termination, I suppose.
Alright.
So there's just a small part of me that wanted him to say, in the will, in writing, maybe somewhere, and for my other daughter, Imogen, but no, just, here's your severance.
Yeah.
So...
He does seem like a right bastard.
I had hoped
He
that he
hasn't-
was better than Mother in some type of
Well,
way, but it doesn't seem like it. I thought,
not many people
the
are-
longer I stay here, the more like her.
He wasn't like this at the beginning, when I first started working here.
Or even when I first started.
Maybe it's
sickness?
maybe it's the illness, Maybe he's a little bit a little less sound of mind than he appears to be. Or
I
said
did at
he
least
is.
let him know I don't wish him dead.
Well, it sounds like Sienna does.
It's certain I was a bit taken aback by that. Maybe she was just...
She's so mild-mannered, I wouldn't have expected it from her.
I think she's secretly inside.
I suppose I could see that. She did spend quite some time overseas. Wild things can happen out there.
That is true. That's true.
So,
So
what
yeah.
does this mean for...
I don't know. Mother's not going to be happy.
No, she's not. Not even a little bit.
I did find it
God.
interesting that there was... Oh, no, do you have another realization? There's something I'm not thinking.
I'm gonna have to get married now.
Oh, shit. Well, I was thinking... I didn't want to have to, but we could start getting deep. I haven't mentioned... I don't
Yeah.
think I've mentioned it to you, but young Lord Sebastian has an incredibly large...
Well, it sounds like he's not even gonna inherit the grey name at this point.
No, but he's got a better chance of it than... Honestly, I do.
Aye,
It's
that's
so
true.
much.
And he still is a baron, isn't he?
It still is. It's still a title. It's still a
Just
nobility.
a different one. So, I know you know I got a letter from Mum.
Oh, I got another letter too. I didn't tell you about this one either. Okay. I actually have this one on me. I figured I shouldn't leave it lying about anywhere, and I'll produce from the corset the stays. It wouldn't be a full corset, it'd be half stays right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, historical garments aside, and I'll pull out the letter that I got from the prisoner and just hand it to her. Remember that
Remind
part
me
about
what
the
that
prisoner
says.
that escaped? Okay, Imogen the Tutor greetings. I have most of the words verbatim. I don't have all the words verbatim. Imogen the Tutor greetings. I've spent the last few days acquainting myself with the ins and outs of the estate, who comes and who goes. I've asked about, and people in town are quite talkative about the estate. It is my understanding that you and I, and perhaps another, are related, perhaps. Please note, I've been held captive by the false Greys for far too long for their own evil purposes. Earl Grey and that entire sham of a family deserve to burn, and I will make sure they do. I will not suffer that low-class trash to live in the home of our ancestors. If you are true Grey, you will aid me. It will be bloody, and that blood will run and be delicious. I remember there's a few other words in there, but I was just like, oh goodness, when I was typing. Happy to continue my work disrupting the important business of this false family. We should confer and coordinate. I'm quite excited. If you might do me a favor. If you might do me a favor, and try to get a hunt going. Convince them to set up a hunt that would be most convenient. I think it's time for them to pay for what they've done to our family. I am pleased to be free, but no one else will be except for you and our other relative, Heathcliff Grey.
Oh,
Did you know
okay.
that Mother had like a brother or something? This sounds like
No.
some uncle we didn't know about. Is it just a Grey family thing to not acknowledge other relatives? Because I'm starting to
That does
wonder at
seem
this
to be
point.
a trend. Aye. So that sounds a bit murderous, and
It did, didn't it?
like I don't. I'd rather do this whole thing that we're trying
With
to
less
do
murder?
with no murder.
I mean, no murder would be great, but I'm not going to lie. Some things that were said in that room seemed a little, well, at least, not death adverse, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. No, I do.
It wouldn't
So,
surprise me if someone were to die. I don't
So-
plan on murdering anybody, but,
I've never. So, and I think you see that Saoirse kind of struggles with herself for a second before she says what she's going to say next. What if we just didn't?
then what would we do?
I don't know. I'm quite happy with my life as it is. I don't need Sir. What would happen if we became, nobles and have people serving us? Like, that just doesn't feel right at this point. I've been working since I was like 8. I don't.
But I was trained to be a tutor and take my place in high
Right.
society ever since I was high.
I
grasshopper.
know.
I think that's a
I
southern
know.
saying, but I'm going to use it.
It's just nothing's ever gonna make Mum happy. Even if we did all that, something or another. And it's just those late night thoughts, It's just not anything. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm
You've been out
saying.
of the house
Just
longer than I have.
I've
Think
been
about
I haven't
alternatives.
right, and it's hard, getting out of Mum's way of thinking, especially when she sends us letters every week. Every week. But I just.
Point of order, Imogen doesn't get a letter every week.
Oh,
No,
oh,
I
no.
don't.
Saoirse does,
Every
though.
week. Every week.
Imogen does get
Yeah.
letters, but
But-
just not every
I
week.
mean,
You
I
gotta
get them
you gotta
every-
keep them.
Few weeks,
You know.
couple of weeks.
Yeah.
For
You gotta
every
pit 'em
2 or 3
against each
letters I
other,
send,
right?
she might send one back.
Although, for our mother trying to pit us against each other, I feel like we're having a really good conversation right now.
I feel like we are. I feel like we both know what she's trying to do.
She's
and
trying
so-
to do, yeah.
I feel like we
yeah.
were really bad terms as children, but as the older we got, the more we're like, hey, wait
We're
a
like,
minute.
huh, wait. Listen, all I'm saying is, Mum, she got to marry for love, right? Why can't we? Why do I have to marry some old crudgety bastard that I don't even know?
Maybe there's a lord out there.
I don't need a lord. I need nothing. I just need a man.
What?
Nothing. I don't need a
You
lord.
want
That's all I'm trying
you
to
at
say.
least want one with a stable profession.
Yep, that's what I meant. Stable profession. That's exactly what I meant. Mm-hmm.
Picking up some vibes, picking up some vibes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I just, you grew up
Lis-
knowing your dad.
Yeah.
Here, I guess I'd
I
heard
get
enough
it.
nice things, nice enough things concerning mother and other people, that I just had hoped that maybe this side of the Grey family would accept me and I wouldn't have to deal with mother's shit anymore. But that doesn't seem to be.
I
don't-
definitely get that.
maybe
It's not
I should just
fair.
tell Lady Sienna. I mean, how do you think she would? I did hear a face break as she left.
Well, you're right. You might be right. She might be a little feisty underneath. At this point, I don't think we've got anything to lose with informing her. I listen. I'll follow your lead on this.
Right.
You're more invested. You are the one who's like doubly grey, I suppose. is one
Doubly
way to
grey? Shades of
doubly
grey?
grey.
I don't know.
Shades of grey.
Double grey?
Double grey. Grace twice.
50 shades of
50
grey?
shades. Yeah.
50% grey.
50%. Aye. It's just, I'll follow your lead. I don't like the sound of this random uncle who's popped
I
up.
do feel like maybe we could meet, or at least I could meet up with you.
Oh, you're
just to
not meeting
see-
him by yourself. Absolutely
No?
not.
Alright.
No,
Just
not with
'cause-
as murderous as that letter sounded.
I was wondering if we could maybe convince him to be less murderous, or if we could get a vibe if he's completely unhinged, if we should just be like, of course we will, and then just not.
And then just... Yeah. All that to say, I'll follow your lead.
Can be like, well, he's dying anyway, just wait for the old sword to...
Right.
Oh,
Probably
get
be like a
over.
month or two.
I mean, honestly, it sounded pretty bad. There was a lot of blood he was coughing
With the
up.
blood, yeah, that's I know like tuberculosis. Is that like a diagnosed thing at this point?
Yeah, it would have been called,
consumption.
Consumption.
Yeah.
Do you think
Consumption.
Yep.
it's the
Consumption is the right word for it.
Yeah. Do you think it might be consumption?
Could
That's
be
what
the
it sounds
consumption.
like.
And
Oof.
with all the coughing, it just definitely got some of this.
Yeah.
He's been a bit pale.
Yes, that's true. People have been spreading rumors about vampires again. The kitchen staff, they like their fanciful stories while
Of
they're
course they
cooking.
do. I mean, I know Ireland
Yeah.
loves them all the time.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not used to hearing
right.
stories, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just had to tell somebody. What I
That's
needed to
thing-
tell you about this letter in case you were
Right.
approached by a Mr. Heathcliff, possibly uncle.
Right, that's
I
that's
ask mother, I don't think I'll get a response, but maybe you could ask mother
No.
about Heathcliff.
Oh, that means I'd have to write her back.
I
though.
know it would
Okay.
mean that you have to write her back, but I don't think she'd answer me.
That's fair. Alright, well this is important, so I suppose I'll write her back.
Especially since she seems like if mother says he's a murder-happy psychopath, I mean that means that maybe he
Right.
just shouldn't assume.
Right, that's important. I'll write her a letter. I'll write it today and send it out. And
Appreciate it.
of course, like I said, I'm with you.
I'll think about what
I'll
to do.
follow your lead.
If I want to just try to get close to Lord Sebastian, I mean, at this point, Sienna might offer father herself, and
Right.
it is a bit odd that we are all the witnesses, everyone who's here, because if the witnesses all agree that a thing didn't happen, then technically that thing didn't happen. It's like he's trying to set up one of us to murder him and the rest to all buy in, or all of us to group murder him. I'm just, throwing
That's
it out there.
possible. He could be, like I said, if he's not in his right mind, like he doesn't appear to be, though he said he was. It's possible that, that might be what he's going for.
Well,
Maybe
I'll have
he'll
a chat
hire
with
somebody to murder him and frame it on one of them.
Lady Sienna later.
That
Just
might
kind of
be a
feel
good
the
idea.
waters, see if I should bring up, hey, what are my other half says?
Maybe
Maybe
we
just
should
break
start...
open with the family history, because I don't know if she knows.
I feel like she doesn't know a lot of things. I know Fanny, I've heard her talking, and you know me, I'm not a big fan
She's
of
the
Fanny,
butler's
but
son. So,
Yeah.
Or daughter. She's the
Yeah.
butler's daughter.
daughter,
So,
yeah.
yeah, that
I'm
might-
not her biggest fan, but I've heard some things that,
Well, maybe I'll visit the lady later. Thank
She's
you for
she's been
listening.
in India. She doesn't
She
know
has
anything.
been. That is true. She probably doesn't know.
Probably not.
Thank you for listening.
Always
again-
got an ear for you.
If you need me to listen as well, I'm here as well. Know that.
I voiced what I've been thinking, what I've been holding in. So
I appreciate it, and it is worth. You know, it's giving me a different train of thought that I can think about. Because I haven't really considered. And I've been.
it's just
focused.
yeah. That's very true. So just. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'll follow your lead on this for the most part. If it gets murderous, I'm gonna question things, but
Same.
door's always open.
Likewise. I think there's a little, like, just a little gentle,
Little hug.
genteel lady hug, and then I'll leave.
Right.
I have a resolve token
Oh.
that I would like to offer to Lord Sebastian.
Ooh.
Hey, Lord Sebastian.
Saw
I know
that
you-
coming.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I know you have feelings. You know,
Big
there are
feelings.
feelings. Lord Sebastian, you know, it's got feelings. It was very disappointing. Would you be excited to have a resolve token in order to be kidnapped?
Oh.
By whomst?
Our dear friend Heathcliff, former prisoner in the docks, who's been skulking about, who has feelings.
I would say yes, but
Give
it
it to
would
me.
probably not be so much kidnapping as a mutual agreement of ideals. Because
Well, in that case,
I will still take the resolve token because this would take
Yep.
some convincing. But if Sebastian could be convinced that this is his uncle,
in which case, shall we? I'm gonna this resolve token's on the table. You would have to sort of be on the grounds. It's been a very upsetting moment.
oh yes, he's that lines up because he's probably
Yeah.
outside because he realizes, like, on the off chance that someone murders this bastard, that this may be his place. This is his line of thought. This is a very young person's line of
It
thought.
is.
This might
very
be
young
my
person-
home, and I might be in charge, and I can't break all the things that I'm in charge of.
That is
I need to
correct.
set a better example.
Let us say you're out in the grounds when you would hear, maybe in the statue, right? The statue court, the court of statues, all broken and terrible. And I think you'd hear a
Chadwick?
and behind you see a man who is thinner than he probably should be because, you know, people are not always consistent in the feeding. But he is now currently dressed. Yeah, he's dressed actually as one of your footmen, but you've never seen this man before. And he doesn't carry himself like a footman. And he has a saber at his side, which footmen don't normally have. Just side note. And he also has a pistol also. So he looks like a footman who's armed. And he sort of steps out from behind where the statue and he goes, "You are the Lord Sebastian, if I am not mistaken."
I am, and who might you be? You don't look familiar to me.
No. You've only just arrived here on the estate. You don't know it so well. Are you the type to know the faces and names of every person who works at this estate?
Not all, but I have generally good relationships with most of the staff here, yeah.
Yes, well,
You're not familiar, and You're well armed for someone who's not familiar.
Indeed. You see, Lord Sebastian Renwell, I have been told, I would like you to take a walk with me.
I
I'm not
don't normally.
asking.
I must tell you, sir, that I am quite fast.
Bullets
Not
are
necessarily
faster.
faster than a bullet, but I know this estate quite well.
You don't know this estate as well as I do.
Well, then, I think at the very least, we can exchange names. This does not have to be
Yes.
unpleasant.
Interesting. I am Lord Heathcliff Grey, at your service.
Did you say Gray?
I did.
Are you related to my grandfather?
There are some things that you don't know, young man. And how you respond to them will depend on whether you live or die.
Sir,
have
I don't
time for
think
a
killing me
chat.
would be in your best interest.
You don't know my interests.
Well, you're
My
on this
interests
estate.
involve... Yes. My interests involve a lot of death. Justice, I like to call it.
Death and justice don't have to be one and the same. A good leader does not choose death when there are other options available.
We should probably discuss
Are you a good
leadership.
leader, Heathcliff?
Young man, I give you this time simply because you do have actual noble blood. Unlike your grandfather, your mother.
What do you know about my grandfather and mother?
Quite a bit. And I suspect they have lied to you your entire life. Being deceptive. Shall we? We will talk. I will tell you a few things. I will show you a few things. There's a cemetery on this estate
I'm aware
that you
of
might
it.
want to see. No, not yours. The other one.
There's another cemetery. Sir, I would be happy to learn more about the things that I don't know, because after today, it seems that there's plenty that I don't understand.
Yeah.
However, I'm no fool. I will not willingly go with an armed man who is at a fair distance from me right now. If you were to disarm yourself, then we may come to an accord.
Young man, let me tell you quite frankly. The lord of an estate is also the sheriff of the county of that estate and has the authority to be judge, jury, and executioner of any wrongdoing in that county. There's only one person who is rightfully the one with such authority, and that is I. I do not strike you dead now because you are interesting. You're not afraid. You're not belligerent. You are polite, respectful, and you seem to have been trained well in etiquette. So, I give you a chance. to walk with me and learn of betrayal. I give you my word as a noble that I shan't murder you as you stand till after we have a large discussion, in which case I may not murder you at all.
That seems like a fraught guarantee, sir.
I will give you this. I shall not murder you without letting you know that I intend to do so. And I guess, as you are, well-mannered, I should not shoot you down like a dog, as your grandfather
I am
deserves.
no dog.
No, you seem
And
not.
he may deserve that.
Let's talk about revolution, shall we?
You see Sebastian just sort of... Yes. Let's
talk about the insurrection. Wasn't so long ago, as he begins to walk you out, right? Along the grounds.
Monologue token for Jamal, please.
Ooh.
Jamal. Interesting.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
not Jamal. Sebastian. I'm sorry. Jamal was the first name I saw, so
Yep.
it's for Sebastian.
If you will hold it until he says something to him.
Yeah, sure.
So you're walking past the family cemetery, further deeper in. You see, during the Jacobite rebellions, people rose up, fought, and on one estate, peasants. I'm sorry. Do you know your mythology? King Arthur and all of that?
Yes, sir.
Good. You know how a great knight might have a cupbearer? How would you feel if that cupbearer poisoned such a great knight? Cowardice, and slaughtered everyone there, and then told the world that they themselves were such a knight, but they'd never had training, they never had honor, they were just usurpers who had no claim and only had poison and lies and dishonor. How would you feel about such a cupbearer?
Sebastian has no poker face. This disgusts him. It is written all over his face. He looks like this is like the worst thing in the world that could have happened. Like, that is dishonorable in a way that is unfathomable, sir.
Yes. Come. And he steps into this other far cemetery that has been slightly overgrown, but you can tell someone's been maintaining it somewhat. This here is the graveyard of the actual Grey family. That there is my great-grandfather. That there is my grandfather. Some time ago, lad, 1748 or so, during the troubles that happened in this country, during the uprisings, the rebellions, a butler took the opportunity to stab the patriarch of this family and murder him. A conspiracy of those downstairs to take over this estate. It was only by luck and providence that some of the Greys were able to escape in that madness and chaos. And these murderers, these betrayers, lied in the midst of the chaos and told everyone that they were the Greys, buried us like we were nothing, and we hid in hiding in exile. I came back as a young man, a bit younger than you actually, to try to make my claim. And what happened to me? I was imprisoned in a dungeon in this estate. If you do not believe me, I will
There's
tell
no
you exactly how
dungeons.
to... young man, I will let you leave after you look at these graves, and I will tell you exactly where to find that dungeon, and if you find it, you will know that what I'm saying is true. That your grandfather bears the stain of betrayal.
But he wouldn't have been old enough to... What? Would he?
No, it's not him, it was his ancestors. The sins of the father. I will tell you, I was held captive in that dungeon for over a decade. I escaped recently. That is the household that you came back to. A household where they would keep a young man who was the rightful heir, young no longer, in captivity and shackles and chains. So that's a family you want to be a representative of.
Sebastian looks around at the graves, looks at Heathcliff. He looks distraught. Like this whole fucking world is just got destroyed. And he just goes, then he truly is a bastard.
Yes.
Evil bastard.
And a liar. And a coward. In the storeroom, the East Wing storeroom, there is a set of shelves. You can pull it to the side. There'll be a stairwell deep down into the dungeon. You go down, you will see a set of cells in which I was held.
You said that I was noble blood, like, but how would I be?
The Renwells. They are nobility.
Yes. This is a lot.
Yes.
This has been a very interesting day. My grandfather told me that I was worth basically 2 coins pressed together.
Says the descendant of a butler and a thief and a robber. Nothing he says holds any value or weight.
If you will, sir, I would like to go and see this dungeon for myself. Is there a way that I can contact you should I find that what you say is true?
Yes. And he points to this small little crypt, right? There's like a little like mini mausoleum. It's not very big. It probably holds urns, not actual.
Yeah.
Right. What do you call them? It's like there's a name for them, right? These little kind of like a urn keeping little crypt buildings. There. That small place that honors my family, who has ruled these lands for centuries before the betrayal. You leave a note here, and we can meet. There will be a reckoning for this betrayal. It needn't be you.
If I must make a request to you, sir, should I find that
Yes.
your words are true, please ensure that Lady Imogen is safe. And my mother, of course. She doesn't know any of this.
You should find out if she does. I know your grandfather knows of what befell this place. Find out
My
if your mother knows
grandfather
or
was
not.
even worse to my mother than he was to me.
He's probably jealous of her being married into actual nobility. Bitterness. Young man, I will set you back along the way. You can find me here, leave a note. This Imogen, she is of good character.
The best.
You do have good taste, then. You recognize quality. I will be about. We can make everything right. We can avenge betrayal. We can have a world where it is all proper. Where respect, due respect, is returned. This madness ends.
We will. Lord Grey. And he reaches out a hand.
Takes your hand. Lord Renwell, remember this. A good leader knows that you have authority, and it is your responsibility and duty to wield it. Good. It was a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure as well.
And he sort of
Ow.
goes
Monologue token.
out. Now, monologue token. That's the moment. I was like, you gotta wait because he's gonna spill
Hold
the secret. Yeah. Now. Mhm. Leaving you alone in the old gray cemetery. Monologue token.
My life is built on lies. Everyone has lied to me. No one has been honest with me all of this time. What if my mother knows about this? What if she knows? What if she's known the whole time? Then what happens? She's my mother. I have to protect her, but maybe she deserves some of this too. I've been lied to. Why would they do this to me? Do they not think that I am strong enough? That I'm old enough? I'm responsible. I'm a baron. I can't believe he said it was a disappointment, that he didn't even think about me. He'll think about me after this is all said and done. Let me find a fucking dungeon. Let me find a dungeon in our home. And let me find out this is true. He'll regret the last few moments of his fucking life. And he'll definitely regret the way he spoke to my mom. And if this bastard is lying to me too, I'll smash his head on one of these fucking headstones. I am Baron Sebastian Renwell. They will respect me. I should go talk to Imogen.
My friends, I do have to tell
That's
you.
the last bit of the monologue token.
Yep.
That's the last line.
There is a dungeon, and he will find it. It's right there.
He will.
He will, because there's a dungeon there.
At least
But,
there's not a letter to Olivia still sitting in that dungeon. That's all
No.
I'm gonna say.
That would be bad. But yeah, there's a big old dungeon for him to find. And please take that resolve token. We're gonna take our 10-minute break, and when
Oh,
we get
shit.
back,
I mean, yes.
yes, when we get back, we're gonna do our reputation phase
Oh,
and
man.
see how that went for everybody. Is what we're gonna do. Oh yeah. Mhm.
Oh boy.
Because one of the reasons why we had to do visitations for the second novel chapter is because I knew that after that,
You want
everyone would have visitations Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and lots and lots of specific visitations. So yeah, we're gonna go and take our break, stretch, drink water. When we come back, we're going to do reputation because I feel like Ari's reputation was just
Reputation and visitations.
and reputation, household gossip,
Okay.
letters, and then yep.
I wasn't
Okay,
sure
everybody.
how much we were switching it around. So.
Oh, no, just we're just swapping the two novel phases
Okay.
from one to the other because I wanted you to have the big drama before you had your visitations.
Love it.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
We'll be back. And we're back from break.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of episode 4 of Reading or Reading Between the Lines. We have finished our first novel phase, our novel chapter, the first one. And between this one and the next one, you know, when people do things, dramatic things, we have a few things to take care of. And I am excited personally for the next one, which is the reputation phase. Some people here, you know, have done reputation things, reputation affecting things. Let's just go through who we got to see today and see how it might have worked out. Oh, Nugget.
Hello.
Hi. The Baroness
how you doing?
Sienna
Yeah.
says here, you would gain a positive reputation tag just pondering, your behavior as Sienna. If you acted in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires, you acted in obedience to society's convention despite considerable hardship in doing so, or you made a sacrifice or denied your desires to uphold the superiority of your rank. Do you think you did any of those things?
I don't think I've done any of those things as of yet.
Yes. Well, then let me ask you, do you think that at any time in this last novel chapter, at any time, including afterwards near vases, that you acted in contravention of society's conventions? You
What?
acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, or you allowed others of lesser rank to talk down to you or treat you as an inferior. Did you do any one of those
What?
three things?
I would never. No, I absolutely did. So
yeah.
not only did I say that I was like, hurry up and die, Dad, I smashed a vase. So
Yes, yeah.
I would say that earns a negative.
What would you like it to be?
So I've already had vengeful as a tag before. I think enraged is a good one.
Fiery?
Fiery,
Violent?
yeah. Violent. Let's go with violent. I feel like, given the circumstances.
Yeah. Given
We'll go
whatever
with
might
violent.
happen.
Right.
You know.
Nothing wild. We'll go with violent.
Lord Grey, same questions as you are also peerage. Let me ask, have you... I'm going to ask you... No, you don't get to go next. You get to go last. I'm so sorry. You
Okay.
have to go last for reasons.
Going last.
Yes. Lindy,
Hi.
you have a character who we got to see a little bit of.
X.
Did you act in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires? Acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so, or made a sacrifice or denied your own desires to uphold the values of your place of origin?
Well, I sure as heck didn't want to sign that will, but I did.
Why?
Well, summoned to this meeting, it would be rude of me to not sign as a witness, after being summoned despite me just being in the house. That's weird that you would invite the tutor of the house who will.
That's pretty weird, actually.
But it would be stranger if I refused to sign as a tutor. So I didn't want to, but I did.
Did that compromise your desires?
Yeah, I did. Will.
I know. Because I know what your desire is.
My real desire. I wanted
I
to
know.
say to my daughter, we'll only get her severance pay.
I know.
It didn't.
You know what? I think that's fair. What positive tag do you think you should get from that?
Yeah, I didn't have anything bad to say the whole time. Despite maybe. I already have dutiful governess.
Controlled.
Comporting.
Or
Comporting,
composed.
compose. That's a good
Comporting,
one too.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah, comport. Good one.
Uh,
There's just so many words that I'm like trying to.
self-controlled.
Yes, I think self-controlled is a good one because it's a little bit of everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you. On the flip side, did you act in contravention of society's conventions, acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, or acted in a way that would shame or embarrass your place of origin?
My place of origin, no.
Okay.
Thought about
Okay.
it, but no. I don't think I didn't.
All right.
Just was more like, I don't wanna, but I will.
Okay.
I haven't made any
Jamal.
decisions to do any of that yet.
Not yet. Let me ask you, did you act in
Next
the
phase,
service
though.
of duty and morality in a way that compromised your desires? Or did you act in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so? Or third position, did you deny your desires or make a sacrifice to uphold the family name?
I think Jamal did what he was supposed to do. He kind of kept with duty, even though he wanted to kind of spit in Lord Gray's face, because if he was talking to his father would have probably been like, "You idiot boy, why are you signing a will that has nothing to do with you? You could get all of the liquor you need just by staying at this estate." So that's kind of what he was. He signed it anyway. But I also think on the same token, on the other end
Other
of it,
side,
he also told Lord Grey to basically fuck himself, and I'm going to drink your liquor right here in front of you. Because he was just like, hey, go have fun with your money. I don't really give a shit about you. Fuck off. I'm going to stay at your estate because I can.
So it sounds to me like you have both a positive and a negative tag out of this.
Yeah, I think so. I think it makes sense to...
What would you like?
I think poker face might be a good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually like that. Poker face is pretty good one. He Jamal's a functioning alcoholic. He knows how to hold his booze.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think that lines up. I also think disrespectful
Ooh.
is the negative one.
Pretty fitting.
Yeah.
Pretty fitting.
I think that's very good. Before we talk about the Earl, because we have to talk about him last, I believe that we do have a downstairs character who showed up today in our this novel phase. Saoirse.
Yes.
I must ask you the questions that are to be asked. Did you, I want to get the exact question, it's important, because it
Wording
matters.
matters.
Right? Yeah, it's reading between the lines. It matters, is what I'm trying to say. Desire, staff, did you do anything to good for the family's reputation upstairs and or downstairs? And I'm scrolling right now so that I can desperately find it. Positions, secrets, downstairs, staff, firing the staff. Very nice. Household gossip. Here we go.
Saoirse
Did Saoirse bring scandal, shame, or severe embarrassment to the household?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did she go out of her way to protect or restore the household name?
The household name.
Hmm?
No, I don't think it's one of those gray areas. But no.
Okay. Fair.
But no, I don't think she did.
Great. Which means we have
Pretty
to
personal
finish the reputation
scene.
phase
Hmm.
with the good Lord Earl Grey.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you some questions.
Mm.
All right.
Question 1. I'm going to start with the negative tags before we get to the positive.
Okay.
Did you act in contravention of society's conventions? Or did you act on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality? Or did you allow others of a lesser rank to talk down to you or treat you as an inferior?
One of those things is correct,
Okay.
at the very least.
At the very
the
least.
very
What would be
least.
at the very least. What would be the negative reputation tag that you think that the Earl would have gotten out of all of this business?
Weak.
Weak.
So you could also do stingy.
Cruel.
You've got a plethora
I
of
think
options.
weak is perfection.
Deranged.
I think weak is
Ooh,
perfection.
deranged.
Yeah.
I think weak is something people can
Yeah.
take advantage of.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
Absolutely. Let me ask the positive ones. Did you act in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires? Or act in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so? Or made a sacrifice or denied your desires to uphold the superiority of your rank?
I think so, yes. At least
I think you
one.
did as well. At least one. What would be the positive reputation tag? Think carefully.
Oh no, the additional pressure. How about prepared?
Prepared. Yes, that's good. I approve very much so. Now it is time for household gossip.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Excited about that.
Why don't we just remind ourselves of the gossip that we currently have? We have the following bits of gossip. Of the original family that were sentenced to death, one living former heir remains. It has been spread upstairs, but not downstairs. The family were originally servants who betrayed their employers, has not yet been spread. Genevieve Blanche is known to be bookish, not spread. South African hedonist, totally, and alcoholic, that has been spread upstairs for our Jamal. Imogen and Sebastian are having an affair, also spread upstairs. The Earl has illegitimate children, also spread upstairs. Someone of
Haven't spread any
nobility is
rumors downstairs yet. We haven't had a rumors phase
Not
for
yet.
downstairs.
Mhm. Someone of nobility is actually the leader of the bandits in the forest. Not yet spread. Sienna is not interested in remarrying because she wants to rule this estate by herself. Not yet spread. Lady Sienna returned to the area because she has a scandalous paramour. Not yet spread. The reason why Jamal Balfour is here is because he has his eyes on the Grey estate. It was taken once. Could be taken again. Also not yet spread. Former Countess Grey and the Grey boy twin died shortly after their childbirth under mysterious circumstances. Poisoning spread both upstairs and downstairs. And so, we may begin. Would anyone like to begin either creating or spreading a rumor? Anything, by the way, that is not spread will begin to fade.
Do we have a doc with all of this on it, just
Yeah,
by
it's
chance?
It's on your
All right,
Excel
tab.
sheet.
With the character sheets.
On the character
Oh,
sheet.
household gossip. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have
I'm
a
just-
question.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
As the tutor, can I choose to spread upstairs or downstairs?
Anyone can spread upstairs or downstairs because
Okay.
this is not coming from your characters. This is
Right.
what is the gossip in the.
This is what the
the-
world's saying.
This is what
Gotcha.
the world
People.
is saying,
It's
Okay.
what
and
the
the question
people.
is, it's what the peoples are saying. And the difference between upstairs and downstairs is who's heard the gossip.
It's so who can use that rumor as like result?
Well, no, but it's also just who's heard it. Like if
Okay.
everybody downstairs knows about the affair, but nobody upstairs knows about the affair,
That's
then you
true.
just take that into account.
Okay. Cool.
If everybody
you.
knows that's difference.
Love it.
Yes.
That was my question. Yeah, the difference between upstairs and
I
downstairs.
want to spread
It's just who knows
the
it.
family were originally servants who betrayed their employers.
Would you like to spread that upstairs or downstairs?
I want to spread that downstairs. I feel like the downstairs
Yep.
staff would know more than obviously the upstairs people don't seem to know much. So.
Obviously. Yep. That has been spread. Who's next?
We all get 2.
Everybody gets 2, but we do snake, right? So one direction
yes.
and then the other.
Boop.
I'm gonna make that note.
I figured I'd start because I knew what I wanted spread.
If
And I'm gonna
question,
just
if
note it.
sorry,
Please.
if something's already spread upstairs, can we still spread it downstairs?
Absolutely. That just means
Okay.
now more people know about it. That's all
Okay.
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I
your
would
drama.
like to spread the illegitimate children downstairs.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, perfect. Yes. Thank you. I missed that one somehow.
Why are people
Oh.
talking about
Tag
my
team.
business?
Oh. I'm just saying, you just need to know who knows these things, and now you know.
Now we know.
This,
now everyone
this rumor
knows.
has been spread everywhere.
Mm.
You know that original family that was sentenced to death? Maybe we
Yeah.
want to spread that downstairs too.
Oh.
They may have heard about an
okay.
escaped prisoner who may have been, you know.
I think it's very exciting. You're like, yeah, we need the serpents to know this. That says to me that you're all doing some stuff in your next visitations that involves serpents, probably. But also, you do have your entire Sunday where all the servants get to do their business. Youthside, do you have one?
The Earl's gonna live forever. No, I'm kidding.
I would love that rumor.
Let's see. Everyone's so fast.
Look, we
I
had
know.
do what we want.
People are like, spread those rumors. Because look, once they're spread, you can use them as resolve
Yep.
tokens.
I'm sad because I think I have more rumors that I want to spread after visitations. We'll have to wait for that.
Yeah, I know.
I already know what my next rumor is going to be.
Oh, I'm thinking about mine. I don't know if I want to spread.
So do
it.
I.
I think I had one, but I think I lost it. Did I write it down somewhere? Because I had a really good one that I was like, oh, wait.
Have you gone around already?
No, sorry.
No, we're waiting
I'm
until-
installing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
installing.
No rush, you're good.
No rush.
Yeah, I was like, my ADHD.
Hey, listen, the longer it
Say-
takes, the more it cooks.
I had something that had to do. Okay.
Oh, here's
Wait.
one.
Go ahead.
Here's one.
Give it to me.
Earl Grey has hidden the Grey family sword somewhere in the mansion.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
along the lines of whosoever holds a sword is the rightful heir to the
Mm.
Grey family. Yada,
Yeah.
yada.
Camelotting it up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I love it.
We'll call it the Earl Grey. Ancestral's not the right word. It's there, but like
The gray
Heirloom?
ancestral sword.
ancestral sort of
Heirloom?
office.
The gray house sword.
The Grey
emblem?
House.
Yeah, because like that's
Sort
like the
of,
symbol of your house.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of office, right?
Yes. There you go.
Somewhere.
Not a sword. It's
On
a
the
seal.
estate. Yeah. It's like it's
Some
early
signet
enough that
Shenanigans.
yeah, but I feel like the Grey family is old enough
Old enough.
that it came in sword form yet. You know what I mean? Because they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the hilt has a little
Uh-huh.
stamp thing on it.
yeah. And mine is gonna be poison was found. A bottle of poison. No, I've phrased this the right way. Okay, here's the rumor. I need to get her name. The rumor is Anita, the cook, found a bottle of rat poison by Lord Grey's cognac,
A bottle or an empty?
empty bottle. Empty bottle. And threw
Sure,
it away.
that's not what Jamal took. That bottle of cognac. Anyway,
That'd be
swat it
terrible. Threw it away, but couldn't find the bottle.
Ooh.
Couldn't find the cognac.
Oh,
Mm.
nice. Well, seems that Chaka and our dear Fanny might have jumped the gun.
I didn't say. I just said that the cook found an empty bottle of rat poison.
What I'm saying is I hope it was them and that Jamal gets real sick from rat poison. Because I feel like that would be super spicy because it was meant for Earl Grey.
Well, then it would look like by Lord Grey's cognac. What do you call it? Cognac stash. Cognac.
Huh? His
Cognac.
the decanter that's on the.
Thank you.
It'd be on
Thank you.
his office probably.
Yeah. And then I think the next one I want to say is, oh yes, of course, I know what it is. I'm going to make a second rumor, and that is Lord Sebastian is missing.
But
He may not be missing, but like that's the rumor that's going around.
the rumor.
that he is
So-
missing.
My second rumor.
No, we got to go to
Oh,
Utah
you're
next.
so-
'cause we have to,
Oh, sorry.
have to sneak it.
Backwards.
Hey,
That's right.
I've had
That's right.
time to
Sorry.
think.
Mhm.
The rumor is that one of the servants in the downstairs is not who they say they are. And on their way to work at the Grey Estate, they were actually murdered and replaced by someone else.
We have an imposter.
There's an imposter among us.
Okay. I believe now, Prince, it is you.
That mischief.
Mm-hmm.
So, second rumor.
No, it's Prince's go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
like
Prince
4
has to
inches.
either
So
make or
excited.
spread.
I'm so
He's
I-
so
excited.
excited.
I know.
to
I'm
spill
so
the
sorry.
I know. I can tell. I can tell.
I'm so sorry.
I-
I'm
and
so
I
sorry.
was thinking about this.
I'm gonna mute myself. I'm just gonna shut up.
Aw.
It's the wording, isn't it?
Yes, I want to get this just right.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a rumor
Yes.
that our dear butler
Uh-oh.
may only be around because he's had relations with one of our diplomatic ties.
Oh. Because he's had relations with one of our diplomatic ties. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now, dearest Nugget, it is for you.
Okay. Sorry again.
Now I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Ready for
So Earl Grey
Mm-hmm.
has rewritten his will, cut everyone from it,
Mm-hmm.
and left everything to Shaka.
Oh. Oh. That is
Oh
definitely
no,
a rumor.
poor Shaka.
Oh, I don't know. I've totally heard that rumor too. That is what I've heard. I absolutely heard that. Lindy.
Oh, I think that rumor's too good not to spread. Do I
Upstairs
wanna
or
spread it
downstairs?
Upstairs or downstairs?
I know.
Ooh.
Mhm, mhm.
Who knows more about Shaka? I think is the question upstairs.
I mean, Shaka is the valet, which
Downstairs.
means everybody knows things about Shaka.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Which is spicier, upstairs or downstairs?
know.
I know.
This is a
I
very
honestly
spicy
think
thing.
it might be-
Considering his relationship.
I think it might be spicier downstairs.
Well, I mean, then in this case,
You're
it
trying to
will be
ruin Shaka's
spread.
life.
Yeah. I'm into it. So that is our rumor and scandals, and now I must now place fading any of those rumors not yet spread. And that means at the end of the next gossip phase, if it has not been spread by then, it goes away. You know what this means? It's our epistolary phase. Each
Aw,
one of you
2 letters.
has 2 letters that you may either give or receive, either from your main character upstairs or downstairs, or one of your connection characters. And would someone like to begin? And I need to make a DM to someone.
Oh, I did. Ah.
What? Epistolary phase. Yes, I think I know what I would like my final letter to be, which will be after all of y'all finish, but I won't do the first one. But
Remind me
Yes.
again, we can, and this is for our upstairs
Any
character,
character.
right?
or downstairs.
Now that we're
okay.
now that
Any
we're done with
character.
character creation, it's any character.
Any character.
Yep.
Okay. And we can
And also
send
also for your visitations as well. Your visitations now can be anyone.
anybody. Okay.
But your
We can
Sunday
s-
faces only are downstairs characters.
That makes sense. Okay. And we can send a letter or
spend a resolve token to receive one.
Receive. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I will note again that there are these resolve tokens that are attached to these spread rumors and also your tags. So if there were a tag you had that you think would make sense, right? A rumor or a tag that would make sense to justify receiving a letter, also done.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna just so does someone have a, and remember, because we're in a household, these letters can be actual letters or notes or messages to the entire downstairs staff on the chalkboard. Yes. Does anyone have one? While I make a quick note to someone. Okay,
I do if nobody else does.
please.
Okay. As Sienna, I am going to send a letter to the estate over to
Oh, the Traffords.
Yes, the Traffords, to the
Mhm.
widowed Lord Trafford. All it
Sorry.
says is Lord Trafford, I accept. Sienna.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
I inhaled too sharply and got some spit with it. I was so aghast. I was like, oh.
Okay. Who's next?
I don't know how I can follow that.
That's really good.
This is so good.
I can't give the big, exciting one myself until
No, you can't. Ha!
afterwards. Yeah. I've got interim ones, but you know.
Okay. All right. I think I have one. And this is going to be from Shaka to his father.
Yes. Ooh. Okay. Mhm.
Dear Baba, it is with a heart full of both duty and sorrow that I write you. I have confirmed that Lord Grey is indeed dying, and I must inform you that Shaka has successfully accomplished his mission. The task set before us has been fulfilled, and I've done everything that you have asked of me. I have served our family with unwavering loyalty and dedication, and in doing so, I have faced many challenges. Yet I stand here now, having completed what was required of me, and I seek your acceptance and acknowledgement. Though I've not succeeded in finding a suitable husband for Nafisa just yet, I assure you that I continue to pursue this goal with determination and care. Baba, I have carried the weight of our family's expectations on my shoulders, striving to uphold the honor and legacy that you have instilled in me. The path has not been easy, and the sacrifices have been great, but my commitment remains steadfast. I hope that you see my efforts and recognize the lengths that I have gone in order to fulfill our family's needs. Please know that my love and respect for you are unwavering, and I yearn for your acceptance and the affirmation that I've earned my place within our family. My heart aches for the day when I can stand before you, not just as your son, but as someone who has proven himself worthy of your trust and pride. With deepest respect and longing, Jamal.
Jamal. Jamal. That is a very touching letter for reasons that I know.
I have.
My turn.
Okay.
Yeah. No, if you want, you can go. Because it's never good when I go. You know?
You have to go eventually anyway, so if you want to go first, that's fine.
No, please. After you.
This is a letter from Count Damon Williams. I spend one of his resolve tokens, BT dubs, to have had him overhear maybe Lady Sienna and young Sebastian talking in the hall about that whole conversation with the will.
Who does that negatively impact the most?
Oh. Either Sienna, because it doesn't look good on her, to have been excluded from the will thusly, or Earl Grey. But I think more Sienna, because what does it say that when a parent doesn't put you in?
Especially if he gets murdered.
Especially if you get...
It says you ain't shit. That's what it says.
Yeah.
And she did break the vase. So she seemed
do you accept having a spy for the crown overhear that conversation?
So I'm writing a letter from him. It just depends on how that letter goes.
Yeah, I'll accept that. He could have overheard.
Okay.
He'll
Please give
spend
that.
one of his
Take
resolve
that
tokens.
to.
You may
Please
have
take it.
Fairness.
Yep.
Okay. Pompous noble. This is my report for the month on Earl Frederick Grey.
Oh.
The man seems positively unhinged at times. I suppose, if an unhinged man could be somewhat subtle about it. Although, apparently, he is of ill health, dying, and had a very dramatic will rewriting. I'm still investigating the full details, but it has come to my attention that his own progeny have been essentially excluded. Seems a bit strange, all things considered. After all, what does this mean for the estate itself? Is he trying to drive it into the ground? These are questions that I still have unanswered. Note that I'm still looking into it. It was a very odd meeting that also included Lord Jamal Balfour, his fiancée, and the tutor of all things. Quite unusual. I'll be investigating more. Also, there's some strange rumors about murder, wild animals in the forest. Look forward to next month's report, and hopefully I'll have sussed everything out. Yours sincerely, Count Damon Williams. Yes. I just, because I was like, he literally is the notable inspector, and he hasn't been doing much interacting because he's been watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna do a really quick little mini one. I might want to take 3, but I'm just gonna do a little mini one. The little mini one is a notice to all the downstairs characters on the servants board.
For sure. Yeah.
Please be aware that there's been some stay within the grounds for the next month or so. Please try to limit your amount of time in going into town. There have been a few riots. It seems that people of Blossomfall have heard about the tax increases and are displeased. Lyle was struck roundly in the eye by one of the farmers who was just incensed. So, if you would, please try to limit your amount of time in town. It seems as if the townsfolk are getting a bit violent. Thank you.
The note about the tax increase also been.
Oh, yeah.
Would have also known that.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Especially after the punching of
Riots.
Lyle.
Yeah.
The riots.
People
They're not
like,
full-on
"This is
riots
some
yet, but...
Riots! Well, big beginnings of riots, and I know a beginning of a riot if I've ever seen one. Let me tell you what.
What?
Taxes.
Taxes. Yeah. So taxes for partying. I specifically, we're going to raise the taxes so Earl Grey can just party it up and live life full of drink, wine, and fun. And you have to pay more. And yeah, so apparently that's one of my messages that our dear townspeople are feeling less excited. Yutsai, do you have letters?
There's a notice posted also next to that notice. In a month, we are letting go Butler Reginald and housekeeper Agnes. We thank them for their service. Their severance will, of course, be mailed promptly. That is all. It's signed by Earl Grey.
Oh.
The betrayal.
Oh.
I will have it be known that Reginald doesn't say anything, but in his room he has a small cry.
Aww.
I'm going to just note the two most loyal and longest standing servants have just been told they're getting fired in a month. Just noting it. Yeah, okay. So we now have our second round of letters in the epistolary phase. Who's up? We're gonna just make
I'm still thinking on this. I need
I'm still reeling from being fired in a month's time. Excuse me.
Olivia outlasted Reginald. Promotion.
Well, we don't know yet. We have to wait a month. Things could happen. Murders could die.
That's very true. I have one if nobody else does.
Please.
What's your second letter?
So my second letter will be Saoirse writing to her mother. Mum. Nope, wrong accent. Alright, okay, here we go, there we go, that's it. I'm Irish now, okay. Mum. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry if my silence has caused you any concern. Things are happening slowly here, but I'm working on a few avenues for your goals. And I specifically write your goals. I don't underline or anything, but I say your goals.
Right.
So
what's good for your mom is good for everyone.
Obviously. Sure.
What she thinks.
Obviously. So yeah, according to mom. There have been some developments on the property here at Blossomfall Park. This might be a strange question, but do you have any siblings, perchance? Imogen's been contacted by a man named Heathcliff Grey, who supposedly has been trapped under the Grey estate for the past long time. Quite some time now. I believe he wants to assist with reinstating the Grey name, but his methods seem a bit violent, to put it kindly. Your answer on this would be appreciated. No, I don't say that. I say your guidance in this situation would be greatly appreciated. All my love, Saoirse.
Yeah, uh-huh. Thank you.
Mhm.
I see it. Who's next? I'm just gonna go with a little quick note that comes from Jamal's mother. And it says simply, "Your father will not recognize you. He still refuses to accept you as one of his own. I write to you because to think of you so far away breaks my heart, alone, in that place with those people. I still am convinced if you do what he asks and are successful, he will adopt you into the family. I continue to use my words on your behalf because no matter what, you are always my son. And I do love you. Always. I will speak to my husband again and again. He awaits word that the revenge has been completed. But I ask you, perhaps you do not fulfill my husband's wishes, but I still bear soft feelings for Earl Grey, though I perhaps should not. But I do hope I may see you home soon, and I do hope that Nafisa may be found with a match that would honor her and give her love. As I love you. Your mother. Always.
Motherfucker.
I love you, Prince.
Of course you write this after I've already wrote my next letter.
Ooh.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Snail mail.
Who's next?
This is from Sebastian. Again, to Imogen.
Oh.
My dearest Imogen, I write you with a heart burdened by the weight of unimaginable discoveries and a deep concern for your safety. In the depths of the Grey family home, I've uncovered a dungeon, an appalling hidden chamber where Heathcliff has been unjustly held captive for nearly a decade. The gravity of this revelation shakes me to my core, and it is with great sorrow that I confess I must trust, that my trust in my grandfather, Earl Grey, is shattered. Furthermore, I am no longer certain that I can fully trust my mother. Imogen, in this turbulent time, you are the one person in whom I have unwavering faith. I trust you completely, and I love you dearly. The world around us is on the brink of chaos, and a revolution is inevitable. There is only one righteous side in this coming storm, and it is crucial that we stand together. I implore you to join me. Your safety is paramount to me, and I cannot bear the thought of anything happening to you. Together we can navigate the tumultuous days ahead and fight for what is just and true. Your strength and wisdom have and always will be invaluable to me, and I hope to have you by my side. I believe that together we can overcome the trials that lie ahead. Please, Imogen, trust in me as I trust in you. Join me and let us face this uncertain future together. Our love and our shared commitment to justice will guide us through the darkness and into the light. With all of my love and my deepest trust, Sebastian.
Well, I was gonna write Solange, but Snow ain't here, so I might have to respond to Sebastian. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gonna be like
got
my
two-
mother?
We've got 2 more letters out there. 2 more letters.
I wasn't expecting that.
And I have a possible one, but I'm waiting to the very end.
You weren't
Yeah.
expecting that, but I had it up the sleeve.
Oh boy. Oh man. Wording. Okay. Imogen is going to respond to Sebastian, because it's the second letter. And this one seems like Heathcliff has made contact, and I'm a little concerned about Sebastian. Having received a letter from Heathcliff myself, I'm not gonna lie. That and Sebastian's so it's like the only person who's like ridiculously nice and sweet to her. So maybe a bit of a soft spot, you know? Ooh. I shouldn't tell him I'm his aunt. At least not through a letter. That would be a bit much for one day, or, well, you know, a weekend. But no, yeah, so, you'll receive a letter along the lines of, "Dear Sebastian, it warms my heart to hear about how concerned you are for my well-being. It is not often I receive them. They're your concerns, and having dug into the Grey family history of it, I believe I shared this. Revelations have been surprising, to say the least. And I didn't want to say it, but your grandfather is kind of terrible. We should discuss this more in person. Be very careful with how I word things. I believe we could help each other. Because I would hate for you to get caught up in danger. Thank you again for your concern, and know that it is likewise shared. Yours, Imogen."
She said it's likewise shared. She said it's likewise shared. Yes. Yes.
She's like, "I think that is, I didn't reveal too much, but also, like, I gave some, okay, which is positive back reinforcement. Oh boy, things are gonna get messy, okay. Try to rein that in some. We should talk. Yeah, that's it. That's just it. And Imogen will, because she hasn't fully decided either way, she's just gonna put a waft perfume on. Yeah. Something noble ladies do. Not just to their paramours. That's my letter. I have to respond. It's gotten 2 letters at this point. I had to respond.
I have got a couple little mini letters before we're all done, you know? Or
Huh?
big ones. Really quick little mini one.
I thought we only got 2 each. True.
Yeah, but I'm the facilitator. I get to stir the pot.
Oh, okay.
There's a small letter to Nafisa from the Trafford estate. To the Honorable Nafisa. You and I have seen each other at the estate, the Grey estate. Lady Nafisa Tiali, I would humbly wish to ask if you would accompany me to the spring ball, your vision of loveliness, and it would be my honor to have you on my arm in front of everyone. Yours, Lord Chadwick Trafford.
Wait. Couldn't have been Sweet
third.
Morris. Nope.
No, because Some people are kind of the worst. So yes, there's an invitation to the ball to Nafisa from the heir, by the way, of the Trafford estate, Chadwick, because he's the older one. And then
Unless he dies.
quick note.
What? Ugh,
And
so
then just a,
weird.
you ever see Carrie? Anyway, so then another quick little note, sort of scribbled and scrawled to the Earl Grey. Lord Grey, what's happening over there at the estate at Blossomfall Park? I've heard that you've gone and terminated Reginald Magnus. That can't be true, is it? What's going on? What should I do about the girl? When I've kept her in hiding all this time, has everything changed? Are we doing something different? Just send back a note into the village so I just can know what I should do. Should I tell her? Is it not safe? Is it gotten worse? More dangerous? Less dangerous? Please, if you could, just let me know what's going on. And, thank you. Your servant always. Patrice. Feel like you'd say you haven't written or received a letter.
Right, my last letter. I think when he receives this, he's in his private chambers. He can hear the ruckus from outside the windows of the angry people. Maybe see some torches in the distance. However, he turns to the fireplace in his room and he tosses the scroll in the fireplace immediately. He takes a seat and just takes a breath. Seems to be getting harder these days. He picks up his pen. Do they have pens back then?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's a
Well,
pen.
Oh,
a piece of paper, parchment in front of him. He taps for a second. Even in the shadows of the fireplace, it just seems like he's more shadow than man. And the way they cast the shadows, it seems that there are figures around him at times with the flickering of the flames. And he begins to scrawl, "I'm sorry," before he pauses and thinks better of it, reaches out and crumples the paper in his hand, and stands up to toss it into the fireplace. He will not be sending out that letter. He'll think better of it.
Well then,
to know. Sent.
like that's a resolve token.
I feel like it would be a result token.
If one of them, I'm gonna hold. Other people
I have a
want
final letter before we end our session for tonight.
it. Mm-hmm.
It is an official documentation that is posted on the chalkboard and above. It's accompanies the sounds of horses' hooves and carriage wheels moving. And the announcement simply says, to all residents and employees of Blossomfall Park, this is an announcement from the Lord High Sheriff from the Berkshire County. In light of the shocking death of Earl Grey, Lord Grey Earl of Blossomfall Park, we have begun our investigation. We cannot rule out foul play, and so no one in this estate, guest employee or resident is allowed to leave the estate until after our investigations have been completed. Do not think of this as house arrest, only as house arrest. Yours always, the Lord High Sheriff. I will be questioning everyone. Good day. And the body of Earl Grey is loaded onto a hearse carriage meant for investigations to be sent to Reading for testing to make sure that it wasn't indeed foul play, although it seems the Lord High Sheriff suspects that it might have been. And I imagine the Count is somewhere near as the officials
Of course I am. I'm out there to welcome them.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm sure he does. I'm sure the Count is right there to welcome in the Lord High
Please, Lord
Sheriff.
High Sheriff.
And he goes, oh yes, Count, and they like shake hands. They clearly have had conversations with each other at some point in time.
Oh, my, the pipe is this one I have to do. Oh, there it is.
Wait,
there it is.
Yes, as the Spy Count and the Lord High Sheriff are like, it's good to see you again, Count.
Oh, of course, terrible incident, you know, treachery afoot all over the place, I'm sure. Nobody likes the fellow.
And the Earl Grey's body is taken from the estate, and everyone's under house arrest. Everyone. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Ooh, boy. Well, I'm going to change that over to Olivia. There we go, because...
Oh, wait till Snow comes back and sees this
I know!
shit.
I know!
I think Olivia did it.
Yeah, obviously. Or it could have been the foreign fiance. It could have been, yeah. I have a new rumor. I'm so excited. I've got so many rumors. The
Jamal
secret
is
wedding.
going to be so pissed right now. Like, we didn't even get to have that talk, motherfucker. We didn't get to have a talk.
Yeah, letters. I'm so excited. So excited.
Oh, boy.
There's a murder most foul, but
Well then,
yeah.
guess we'll go around. We'll say who we are, where we can find you, and your highlights from tonight's game, and we'll go in reverse order. We're starting with Trooper. Trooper, how was tonight for you, you little pot stirrer, you? Like a
It was
cauldron
great.
stirrer. It's not a pie, let's be real. You're like this.
So here's the thing. I know a lot of secrets from all of y'all. And I do. And I am so excited. They're so delicious. And you know, when you're like, can I do this now? No, wait. And then somebody dies before you can do the thing you really need to do.
Oh.
And then sometimes dying is the thing you need to do. And then sometimes murder is the thing you need to do. And then sometimes yearning. Yeah, I'm just saying, Earl Grey gave me a name of who would probably have killed him if he died under mysterious circumstances. And I know that name.
Can't wait to find out who it is.
Yeah. I wonder who a bitter and evil Lord Grey, who's the pettiest and the cruelest and
Probably
the worst
me.
person in the entire universe, would finger with his murder.
That's a weird way of phrasing it.
Yeah, I caught that too. That was a choice of words.
That sounds a little
Anyhow.
necrophiliac to me. But
You can't spell philiac without necrophiliac. Anyway, so the point is, I would like to give all of my love to every single player who has given me secrets. And
well, my secrets are open now.
that's what you think. Anyway, what I wanted to say was,
All the secrets that I know.
that you know about. I also would like to thank Yutsai for allowing me to continue the tradition of old people dying.
Old people dying.
Because it wouldn't be a good society game if old people didn't die.
Yep.
Yep. You can
Facts.
find me, what is today? Wednesday. You can find me on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel, Trooper SJP Eastern, where I'll be doing a solo RPG. Which one I'm not certain yet because I haven't decided because I was thinking about all of this. And then on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern
Did
on my
Testicles
channel.
die?
No.
Oh.
Testicles leveled up and got magic items.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
just that we
okay,
would,
good. Whew.
but he also finished the level. So I don't know if I want to go start level 4.
That's true.
of the
Okay.
dungeon, which is the
I'm very
haunting.
invested into this character.
Oh,
that I
no.
named.
He's doing really well. And he's like got all the blood off his body and everything. And then also Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, you can find me on my channel with our adventures for one person, one GM, Knights Black Agents, Seasons of Death, Summer, No Grave for Traitors. And that's super good times. And that's, Saturday at
Yes.
PM at the PM. You can
Twitter.
find it's at 9 p.m.
9.
Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, on Wandering DM's channel. You can find myself and also Laugh Love Lindy and a bunch of other very cool people for a one special murder mystery one shot, Grand Hotel 1955. And I can say for certain that somebody in Grand Hotel 1955 was murdered. I cannot say for certain that somebody here was murdered. That is still unclear. It could have just been,
Oops, fake my death. Yeah, it could have been.
old death, old people dying of natural causes.
Sure.
That's me.
Wonderful. And again, unfortunately, Snow could not be with us tonight, so give her well wishes. And we'll move on to Jamal's. Chaka, how was tonight for you?
Wow. That's what I got. Wow. This is some shit. Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
An eligible bachelor trying to court your sister, in no way part of some sort of creepy plot.
Yeah, well, the plot. Yeah, we'll get back to it. There were some things that happened tonight that may have shaken Jamal a little bit, but Shaka's not too unhappy right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am Dimples and Dice. You can find me around the internet as Dimples and Dice. Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You can find me over on D&D Jordan Lee's channel. For Ampistrano, I am playing a now angry sad boy captain father person who is having a very bad time in the mountains, where we're basically going through some Dark Souls shit, and it is causing some traumatic experiences. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Come watch. You'll see. It's not good for him right now. As far as tonight goes, Yusai, you're a fucking monster, and I love you for it. I just want you to know that. And the rest of you are messy bitches that I appreciate playing with every time we get to come together for this. I am so excited for this game every Wednesday. This makes Hump Day worth getting to. So I just want y'all to know that. That's all I got.
Someone who makes Hump Day worth getting to would be Sienna Gray Renwell / Saoirse. Hi.
Yeah. Hi, that's me. Wouldn't be a Lindy show without a strange segue.
Would it?
No, it really wouldn't. Hi, I'm
Just
not
what the
gonna
first thing my mind thinks of, and sometimes I'm able to go and like sidetrack. But
Pause.
sometimes, only sometimes.
It's fine. I'm okay with it. So I have to start out by again apologizing to Yutsai and Prince for trying to steal your rumor phases. I'm so sorry. I need to be a better active listener and pay attention to what Trooper's saying. So sorry. But with that said, I loved tonight. That was a friggin' blast. I was not expecting the curveballs that were thrown at us, not in the slightest bit. It's what I love about this game is you think things are going one way and then they just kind of do a full 180. I just don't even. Everything was just amazing. I'm just flabbergasted by what the heck is going on. And Sienna's just trying to survive. That's it. That's all she's trying to do. promise she didn't murder anybody. And
That's not what it looks like. I just thought I'd point that out.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
That's valid. That's fair.
Mhm.
I'm
Also,
Negasaurus.
there's some
Go ahead.
tags about you being violent.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
no.
Yeah.
and low class. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't have great.
I'm
I have no. I don't think Sienna has had any positive tags this entire time. So
Seems like
yeah.
a suspect to me.
So just a little
I'm
bit.
sorry, go on. Go on.
Yes, thank you. I'm Negasaurus. You can find me pretty much exclusively on Lindy's channel, alternating Mondays, alternating Tuesdays for our Dungeons and Dragons. We're playing Call of the Netherdeep, which we're almost done with. We finally made it to
We're
the
in the
Netherdeep.
Netherdeep.
Yeah, we're talking to Alan and figuring out what the heck's going on. And also on Tuesdays for our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, where we're just trying to help some lizard folk survive and not be attacked by a bunch of
And maybe go on
swagons.
a really innocent and nice treasure hunt.
Adventure treasure hunt for a really nice lady.
Really nice.
And then of course on Wednesdays for this phenomenal game. I love all of you. I'm so sad Snow wasn't here today, but I'm very glad with what we got today. So I can't wait for next week.
Can I
Speaking
make an
of-
announcement?
Of course.
I'm afraid Yutsai will not be with us here next week
Because he's dead. We get it. We know.
because he's
That's-
dead.
He's dead.
Mhm.
But
He will
we-
return afterwards, though.
We do have Yutsai tonight, though. So Yutsai, how was tonight for you?
I
Olivia,
died.
former Earl Grey. You died!
I died. Oh, that was intense. Had a lot of fun. I'm Yutsai. I played a guy. He's dead now.
You did.
Supposedly, perhaps not. Who knows? Tonight was great. Had a lot of fun. I was nervous. I was preparing for that first scene for a while, so I'm really happy that it seemed to be well received. Lindy, really like the. We really got to see your tutor character do that whole both of the upstairs and the downstairs when you were talking with your sister, which is definitely like a unique part of this game that I am enjoying for this playset. Nugget, always love my daughter just slapping me in the face with "I hope you die soon."
She got
so
a wish.
prompt, but so polite. It was like the perfect response to what the bullshit I was spitting out. Prince playing Sebastian. It was just, it was really reminiscent of, not reminiscent, but like, so you capture both the not understanding of a young person, but also the fury of a young person, which, I mean, just seeing that back to back was great. And Trooper, like we had a few messages back and forth, but you were, from just like a bit of communication, you were able to lay out this scene and prepare all this, and yeah, it just went off without a hitch. A lot of things happened that I didn't expect either, so I'm excited to see where everything goes. Well,
Was the last person to see the Earl Grey alive. Those
But
were
I'm
resolve
dead.
tokens, I imagine.
Oh yeah, my result. Oh, I can't take the result. No, I have 2 left. You can put them over my eyes when I'm dead.
Yes, because you're not going to let anybody have anything.
Tokens.
That's true, they are.
I also have a monologue token, and since I won't be here next week,
Oh, yeah.
Trooper, if you want to take charge of that monologue token I haven't used, I
will.
entrust it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, today was great. I had so much fun, and I can't wait for when I can come back as Olivia only. Who's to say?
Oh, you have to have an upstairs and a downstairs character. And
That's
I would like
true,
you
he
to let me
does.
know before you come back so I can add your name to the overlay.
Olivia's becoming noble.
I'm going to marry Heathcliff!
Olivia.
I'm so excited.
That's right. She does think that. Oh, bless her.
Olivia Gray! Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. But yeah, oh, thank you so much. And that just leaves me, left of Lindy. Oh, gosh, so much left for tonight. Gosh, I love Sebastian so much. He's so just caring and like gentlemanly. His mother and tutor raised him right. That's what I'm gonna say. It's just, she's like, I should break it to him that I'm his aunt. I just don't know how because this is kind of nice, but you know, it's fine. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I loved the conversation that I had with Saoirse, because I don't think Imogen has even had those thoughts about like what if we just didn't do what Mom wants us to do? Because Imogen's a lot more fresh out of the house than Saoirse is. I loved how Earl Grey was a right bastard till the end. Wouldn't even acknowledge me as his daughter. I might need a new desire card if he's actually dead for reals, because he can't acknowledge me as a member of the family anymore. So
Yeah.
I might need a new card.
Sure. Anybody who might need a desire card will, I'll give you possibilities to look through.
I think I need a new one because mine died. So that whole will meeting was absolutely fabulous. You're like, I might be mean, and we're like, just fucking go for it, wreck us, let's do it. I just loved how down everyone was for it. The letters, as always, my heart. I loved all of them to everybody. Some secrets, and then the true history of the Grey family getting told a bit to Sebastian Cliff, and then I might have to break it to Sienna during visitation. I think that's my plan. We'll see how it goes next week on Reading Between the Lines, or Reading Between the Lines, I can't think of a
8 more
better group
sessions.
of people to be on house arrest with. So I'm so excited. Also, I sincerely hope that Solange's aunt visits us next week when
She has
Earl
to.
Grey has just died and everyone's under house arrest. So she's going to be like, what is this? Why is it everything is awful? Oh no, this is my terrible French accent for Solange's aunt. Because she hasn't shown up yet, and she needs to show up so she can die too.
Yeah, she sent a letter saying she was coming, so
I imagine that'll be next week, and I'm so excited for her to show up into this kerfuffle of a mess.
yeah.
So check us out next week, where we unfortunately won't have our dear Olivia or Earl Grey, but we should have our dear Solange and Fan back, hopefully. Gosh. And every other Wednesday, Tuesday, like Nugget said, for Critical Role's Call of the Netherdeep with the new batch, and then goes to Saltmarsh, where they're totally not looking for Vecna's dagger. Totally nice. Just a normal treasure map given to the most questionable member of the party from a very nice, definitely not cultist Vecna member, lady. Just an heirloom. All the rest of the treasure they can keep, but if you could that dagger, that'd be great. And then on Saturday for that murder mystery with Troop Simon's channel. Yeah, check it out. Until next time, y'all. Have fun. Play games.